Are you a self-sabotager? One thing masks are really good for, and Philly cheesesteak potato chips? Yes, please.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello and welcome to Hump Day. It's Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020, day 285 of Gotta Get On Ellen. 7 more days until my speech. I've got a practice run / dress rehearsal today in front of a few friends. I don't think I'm entirely prepared for the practice run. I'm still pretty raw, but it's really kind of lit a fire under me to get prepared so that I could do this practice run, see how it goes in front of people, and get some feedback. And then I still have a whole week for the real speech to prepare. So I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I don't feel like I'm as ready as I should be. I still have another 10 hours until it actually takes place. So maybe I will be by then. Fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed. So I was out and about the other day doing some errands, running around. And I get home, and I use the restroom, look at myself in the mirror, and what do I see? Food in my teeth. Yeah, why don't I look in the mirror before I go out, especially after I had lunch? And then it occurred to me, I had a mask on. It doesn't matter. Nobody saw the food in my teeth. See, we can always find some good in every situation, right? Hate wearing masks? Yeah, I know. It's been so hot lately. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. We're going to love the masks in the wintertime, though. We're going to be like, yeah, it's keeping me warm. I love it. Right now, though, not so much. But there are certain things that you don't have to worry about as much. In fact, don't even brush your teeth at all anymore. I'm kidding. That's gross. Now stop that. Okay, so let me see. Why can I not read my own writing? Oh, this is what I wanted to say. Baseball is starting soon. I'm not sure the exact date. I think there's some kind of scrimmage or something on Friday. And of course, the stands are going to be empty. There is an app, at least for the Phillies, that you can send your cheers through. You can record your cheers through this app, and the Phillies will play it in the stadium. Got to be a lag there, right? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think I'd rather just hear canned cheers and canned applause. I think that would be more realistic. But I guess they still want to be able to have the fans to get a chance to get into the game. I hope there is a game on Friday. Wouldn't that be so cool to sit down on Friday night, grab an adult beverage, and watch a ball game? Man, that'd be awesome. I think there was something on last night because I saw somebody on Facebook post a picture of their dog saying that he was not getting into the game. I don't think it was the Phillies, but I guess there are some games being shown somewhere. Last year, we did not get the channel that played the Phillies games, and I remember this clearly because I was not working, and I thought, this is the year I can actually get into the Phillies. I have the time. And then we didn't get the channel. They used to be on like the free channel, like Channel 17 in Philadelphia, but now they're on like NBC Sports or something, which we don't get because we have like the scaled down package when it comes to the cable. We have a little more than basic, but not much more. We do not get that channel. But I know on Friday nights, often regular NBC would have them on, and then we would be able to watch them. So I'll have to scroll through the TV guide and see if there is a game on Friday night. That would be fun. It would be fun, right? Watch a little Bryce Harper. Hello. So, speaking of Philly, very interesting tidbit I saw this morning. Philly cheesesteak, flavored potato chips. Yes, that's right. Lay's has come out with a Philly cheesesteak potato chip inspired by Geno's. Geno's, of course, very famous in the Philly area. If you have had a Geno's steaks, I will let you decide. I am not a big fan of the Pat's and Geno's steaks. I do like Jim's steaks on South Street, but they're just a little, I don't know, it's a little too much, a little something. And I'm not a fan of the whiz either. You know, people say that, oh, you got to have the whiz. Nope, I don't. I gotta. I get American. A lot of people like provolone on their cheesesteak too. So I don't know how you fall on the cheesesteak spectrum, but there you go. I think that's something that will be really good in a chip. They have cheesesteak pizza now. I remember Domino's was the first one to have it, and this was a long, long time ago, and it was not as good as I thought it was going to be. So I haven't tried it again at other places, but that is one fattening meal. I would have to think. Cheesesteak on top of a pizza. Yeah, that's like 3 meals in one, not just 2. So talking about the new flavor of potato chip leads into the topic of the day, which I wanted to know what your favorite junk food was because it was National Junk Food Day yesterday. Nobody really responded. Not sure why. Joe had said maybe because I had put a picture up of a woman eating a bag of Doritos. And he said people might have seen that and just thought it was an ad and scrolled right by. He could be right. He could be right. I found a nice little picture of somebody being so happy eating a bag of Doritos, and that's usually how I look and feel when I'm eating a bag of Doritos. Doritos. Okay, yeah, that's my favorite junk food. Michelle did chime in saying, I'm having trouble narrowing it down. The Cheetos brand new flaming hot popcorn is pretty tasty. I have seen that, but we haven't grabbed it yet. And Joe agrees that you can't go wrong with Doritos. And then he said, well, wait a minute. Does ice cream count? I'm like, yeah, ice cream counts. Too late. You already put your answer in. So there's the bevy of your favorite junk food. I don't know. There's a lot of junk food. I would imagine that ice cream, cake, cookies, all that kind of stuff would be grouped into junk food. I think when we hear junk food, we just kind of think of like bagged stuff, like Doritos, chips, that kind of thing. But I think it entails it all. In fact, I would even go so far as to say McDonald's is junk food. Best junk food there is. That's going to be included. Change my answer. It's McDonald's. Quarter pounder with cheese. I make myself so hungry when I talk about these things. I'm going to move on to the blog post. Toxic behaviors we've been talking about this week. Today, I want to focus on self-sabotage. Sometimes the hardest things we face in life is being honest with ourselves. There is so much that goes on subconsciously that we don't even realize what we are doing or why. This is the power of the mind and the lens it goes to in order to protect you from perceived fear. I made this discovery for myself recently, and I'm shocked at how clueless I was at what was really going on. If you heard Friday's podcast, you know I've been putting off working on my speech and finally figured out what was going on. It's a form of self-sabotage. I say this is what I want to do. I want to be a public speaker and help inspire and motivate people, but it's still scary as hell. I've had some speaking experience in the public, but not on this level, and I've never been really comfortable doing it. In fact, it used to scare the bejesus out of me. That fear is what took over my whole life, my schedule, and what I do on a daily basis. I knew something was going on. I couldn't seem to get myself going when it came to anything other than my blog and podcast. For the rest of the day, I would just read books or hung outside, met up with friends. I told myself I was taking advantage of summer and the warm weather. I really didn't dig much deeper than that until it was getting to the point that if I didn't start preparing for my speech, it was definitely going to suck. And it still might, but I did start considering canceling the event. That's when I finally woke up to what was really going on. It wasn't until I was really honest with myself and admitted how afraid I was that I could then move forward. The most interesting thing to me is since then, I'm totally back in my groove, back on my daily schedule, getting things done, filling out my planner, following along. I am back, baby, and it feels good. I feel like my old self again, doing what I need to do instead of hiding behind a book. Just because there's something that you really want doesn't mean you won't be afraid when it comes to the process. Be aware of this. Don't lose a month like I did. Ask yourself questions about how you are feeling and the actions you are taking. Is it possible you are sabotaging yourself? Because this happens all the time. And the hardest part is so much of it happens subconsciously. So we may not even realize what is going on. Big dreams take big nerve. Get your brave on. You can do anything you set your mind to. Don't let your brain trick you out of it. As I mentioned earlier, the brain actually does this to protect you. If you are doing something you've never done before, the brain doesn't know how to react. It's trying to stop you. Yes, your brain is literally trying to stop you from doing new things because it doesn't know the outcome. It doesn't know how to react. Hey, I could make a complete fool of myself during this speech, and my brain will be saying, ha, told you not to do it. But I will survive. I will move on and adjust my plan. I will improve what needs improving, or maybe I will decide public speaking isn't for me. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the case. But I do know this. No matter how it turns out, I won't die. I will be okay. I may humiliate myself. I may never be asked to speak at this venue again. I may turn fans into people who laugh at me. But no matter what the case turns out to be, there is only one way to find out. And I know no matter what happens, I will be okay. I will survive. Any Gloria Gaynor fans? What is holding you back? Is there something you've been putting off? Is there some underlying fear going on that you haven't acknowledged? Ask yourself some questions about whether you are going in the right direction and be on the lookout for excuses. It's a big, scary world at times, but often we are way more afraid than we should be or have to be. We are the bosses, and we can tell fear where to go. You know where that is. Oh, it is hump day. Go do something brave today and be your badass self.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
I'm cheering you on.